Assalamu alaikum, my dear. Now the next topic that we are going to discuss here today it is algae. तो इससे पहले कि एक बार मैंने आपको एक लेक्चर सेंड किया था अबाउट द क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ किंगडम प्लांटी. Dear students, we classify all the plants into 5 divisions, and that is 5 division classification. Among the 5 divisions, the first division in kingdom plantae it is algae, division algae. तो यहाँ पे आप याद रखिए कि the term algae was first given by Carolus Linnaeus in 1753, which literally means seaweeds. तो कैरोलस लीनियस ने ये जो टर्म प्रपोज की एल्गी, that means seaweeds means the plants that grow in seas and oceans. Of course, all the plants growing in seas and oceans are predominantly the algae. So it was the usual term given by Linnaeus, but this time algae are such plants which have been separated from all other plants and have been delimited from all other plants, and these algae have now been raised to the level of division, and this time we discuss the algae as division, as a group of plants. And algae are the most primitive plants that predominantly grow in seas and oceans, in freshwater bodies. A few of the algae grow on land, but on moist soil they are usually growing. Some are parasitic, some are growing inside the body of animals, some are growing upon the body of animals, and there are some algae which are epiphytic as well. So algae are such type of plants that are simple, which possess undifferentiated body, and their body is not well differentiated into roots, stem and leaves. And such a plant body which is not well differentiated into roots, stem and leaves, that is said to be thallus. So all algae are thallus. They are autotrophic, they perform the photosynthesis. And you have to remember, dear, out of the total photosynthesis performed by plants, 40% of the photosynthesis that is performed by algae, and they are the sole producers of food in seas and oceans, and the sole producers of oxygen in water bodies that make the life of animals possible in seas and oceans. But if you will see the algae, these are the plants which do not possess xylem and phloem. They are non-vascular plants. And algae are such plants which do not possess flowers. They are non-flowering plants. Yes, they possess the sex organs, and the sex organs found in algae are unicellular, they are unicelled, and all algae are characterized by this feature. Whenever the sexual reproduction take place in algae, so they produce the gametes. The fertilization when takes place, there is a formation of zygote, but the very important thing to remember is the zygote formed in algae does not develop into embryo. The zygote formed directly develops into the new alga. So all algae are characterized by this feature, that no embryo formation take place in algae during the process of sexual reproduction, and it is because of this character that no embryo formation, they have been separated from rest of the plants. And the first diagnostic character of algae is that is no embryo formation. So you have to remember, so first we will define the algae, but before that dear, you should remember study of algae. There is a separate branch of botany in which we study the algae. That study of algae is called as phycology. Phycology, or it is also, you can say, algology, is the study of algae. And these algae, when you see their study is being done, they have very too much economic importance. There is a botanist who is called as Iyengar. Iyengar is popularly termed as father of Indian phycology. He is a very popular phycologist in India, and he is called as father of Indian phycology या Indian algology. तो चलिए हम फर्स्ट डिफाइन करते हैं व्हाट एल्गी आर. सो हाउ यू विल डिफाइन एल्गी. Algae are the simple थैलोस या थैलॉइड भी आप कह सकते हो. थैलोस ऑटोट्रोफिक नॉन वेस्क्यूलर. जैसे कि मैंने आपको कहा, एल्गी डोंट possess xylem and phloem. They are non-vascular plants having unicelled non-jacketed. तो ये क्या होता है नॉन जैकेटेड. जब आप ब्रायोफाइटस पढ़ोगे उनमें जो सेक्स ऑर्गन्स होते हैं दे आर कवर्ड बाय द सिंगल लेयर ऑफ स्टेरॉयल सेल्स. दैट सिंगल कवरिंग ऑफ स्टेरॉयल सेल्स इज कॉल्ड जैकेट. एंड इन एल्गी दैट जैकेट इज नॉट फाउंड. सो दे आर हैविंग यूनिसेल्ड नॉन जैकेटेड सेक्स ऑर्गन्स and characterized by, that's a very important feature of algae on the basis of which they have been separated from rest of the plants. So they are characterized by no embryo formation. So this is how we define algae. Thallus means undifferentiated plant body they have, but very important feature is that no embryo formation take place in algae. Based upon this they have been separated. जैसे कि आपको मैंने पढ़ाया था in 5 division classification of kingdom Plantae. Now we will discuss here the general characters of algae. What are the various characters of algae? Let us start to explain them. The first is here habitat, means the occurrence where algae are growing. तो dear students, remember that अगर आप algae देखोगे कहाँ पे पाए जाते हैं ज़्यादातर, most of the algae are aquatic. They predominantly grow in water bodies. They are aquatic, both fresh water and marine. They grow in freshwater bodies as well as in marine water bodies. But you have to remember that mostly they are marine. ज़्यादातर स्पीशीज जो एल्गी की हैं दे आर फाउंड इन marine water bodies in seas and oceans. तो ये आप याद रखिए कि जो प्लांट्स सीज एंड ओशंस में पाए जाते हैं, they are exclusively algae. Only algae grow in seas and oceans. Not bryophytes, no pteridophytes, no gymnosperms and angiosperms grow in seas and oceans, except a few. And you have to remember a few of the algae are terrestrial. There are a few algae that are terrestrial, growing on land, especially whenever the algae grow on land, they grow on damp, shady soil. For example, there is an alga Wucheria, is an alga, and Botrydium. These are the algae which grow on damp soil under the shade, and they are sometimes also called as sapophytes. These algae, even there are some algae that grow in ice, those are called cryophytes, and there are some species of Chlamydomonas that grow in ice. But there are some algae that are parasitic, that grow as parasites upon plants and animals. And the very important point you have to remember, this is very important point here, a green alga, तो ये कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स में पूछा जाता है. देयर इज ए ग्रीन एल्गा दैट इज Cephalurus. इसका पूरा नाम है Cephalurus virescens. तो ये आप याद रखिए डियर. A green alga that is called Cephalurus virescens grows as parasite. This is the alga that grow as parasite on the leaves of tea and causes a disease that is called red rust of tea. Red rust of tea. So ये पूछा जाता है ऑब्जेक्टिव. The red rust of tea is caused by, it is an algal disease that is caused by a green alga that is Cephalurus virescens. Okay. So now is the structure of algae. So dear students, you should remember algae are multicellular. All algae generally they are multicellular, eukaryotic, but exceptionally a few algae. There are a few algae that are unicellular. For example, Chlorella. तो what is Chlorella? ये आप याद रखिए. Chlorella is a unicellular alga, that is a unicellular green alga. तो ये कहाँ पे पाया जाता है? It grows in fresh water bodies. It is a very important alga. One of the important use of this Chlorella is it is carried by astronauts in spaceships, and this is the sole producer of oxygen. It is carried in water bodies, water buckets. When the Chlorella performs the photosynthesis, it produces the oxygen gas that is used by astronauts. And Chlorella is also such an alga from which there is obtained an antibiotic, that is chlorellin. तो है क्या Chlorella? A unicellular green alga. It is such an alga that you can't see by naked eye. You can see it only by microscope because it is size ranges in microns. There is another alga that is Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas is also a unicellular green alga, that is also unicellular green alga, and there is another alga that's called as Astrobularia. तो जैसे कि आपको पता है यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स यू कांट सी बाय नेकेड आई, बट एस्टाब्यूलेरिया इज ए यूनिसेलुलर एल्गा, है तो ये यूनिसेलुलर एल्गा, बट दिस इज such an organism that is unicellular, but you can see it by naked eye because it is size, it ranges in centimeters. And this chlorella is considered as, commonly first it is called as umbrella plant. Umbrella plant it is called as because of its shape. The shape of the plant is like this, and this is considered as the largest unicellular plant in the world. Means such a unicellular plant what you can see by naked eye. So these are some of the algae that are unicellular, and similarly there is one more, Spirulina. These are unicellular algae, and you should also remember that Chlorella and Spirulina, these are such unicellular algae that are very rich in proteins and are also used as protein diet called single cell proteins. They are the sources of proteins, alternative sources of proteins called as SCP, single cell proteins. But when we see rest of the algae, generally जैसे कि आपको मैंने कहा algae are multicellular, and the multicellular algae, when we see some of the multicellular algae, there are some multicellular algae और colonial. तो यहाँ पे आप याद रखिए, there is a green alga that's called as Volvox. तो very important point this is. What is Volvox? Volvox is a green colonial alga. अब Volvox यूनिसेलुलर है या मल्टीसेलुलर है, तो ये originally unicellular, but this Volvox is such an alga, it consists of the mass of cells, mass of algae. It is a mass of unicellular algae, and those algae exist in the form of colony. The colony of Volvox appears to be a ball-like structure, wherein each unicellular alga is flagellate, that is biflagellate, and the colony appears to be motile. It can move from one place to another place, and this Volvox, if you will see, it is found in freshwater bodies. When we observe it under microscope, it appears to be a large ball-like structure. It is a mass of unicellular algae, so it is a colonial green alga, and its colony is called as Cenobium. So its colony is called as Cenobium. So what is Cenobium? Cenobium is such a colony of algae or cells wherein the cells are independent, but the colony has fixed number of cells and there is a division of labor among the cells. That colony is called Cenobium. So what is Cenobium? A colony of independent cells with fixed number of cells. The number of cells is here fixed. It ranges in hundreds with fixed number of cells. To Cenobium, once again, a colony of independent cells with fixed number of cells and division of labor among the cells. Such a colony is called as सीनोबियम। तो एक बार ये ऑब्जेक्टिव नीट में पूछा गया था वॉलवॉक्स इज। अगर बेटा मैं आपको ही पूछूंगा व्हाट इज वॉलवॉक्स, व्हाट इज वॉलवॉक्स, तो याद रखिए वॉलवॉक्स इट इज। तो यहाँ पे एक कंफ्यूजन है कि वॉलवॉक्स इज यूनिसेलुलर और मल्टीसेलुलर। एक्चुअली इसकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जब हम देखते हैं तो इट हैज़ मल्टीसेलुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, बट the cells are independent. Each cell can live independently. If the colony you would break, each and every cell can survive independently. So we can say Volvox है तो unicellular originally. It is a colony of cells with multicellular organization. The colony is called synobium and the colony is motile, because each cell of the colony is biflagellate. With the help of flagella, the colony can move from one place to another place through the liquid medium. So अब आप लिखिए आप Volvox, it is a green colonial alga। अब ऐसे ये नीट में पूछा गया था Volvox इस ऑप्शन थी a green colonial alga and the colony of Volvox is called synobium। या आप कह सकते हो Volvox is a synobial green alga, ये भी आप कह सकते हो। तो we can say Volvox is a motile, है तो ये motile green synobial alga। Okay dear, now if you will see there are some more colonial green algae. For example, there is Tetraspora, it is also the colonial alga. Hydrodictyon, it is also the colonial alga, but you have to remember very importantly about the Volvox because you have to do it in practicals as well. Now if you will see there are some multicellular algae, there are some algae which are filamentous. Filamentous means they are composed of filaments and each filament is multicellular. And you have to remember the filaments can be branched or they can be unbranched. The filaments can be uniserrate or multiserrate. This is multiserrate. And these filaments are externally covered over by mucilage. So you have to remember there, since the algae are aquatic, so they are protected from desiccation by the fact that all algae or their body is externally covered over by a viscous fluid, that is mucilage, that protect them from desiccation. So which are the algae that are filamentous? One is Spirogyra. Spirogyra is a green filamentous alga. There is one more alga that is Eulothrix. So these are the algae which are filamentous, and you should remember their algae, they are covered by cell wall, they are composed of cells, they possess the cell wall, and the cell wall has inner layer. That inner layer consists of cellulose and outer layer, that outer layer consists of pectose. तो आप कहोगे the cell wall of algae is composed of pectocellulose. And now if you will see there are some algae, that is those are called brown algae. Dear students, we will see it later on. There are three classes of algae. One of the classes brown algae. The brown algae are called as Calpus, and these algae are giant algae. They are enlarged in size, whose size ranges in meters. If you will see these algae, brown algae, that's called kelps. So when we see their structure, the structure of these algae is they have massive plant body. So these algae possess the massive plant body, but their plant body is termed as thallus. Means these algae possess such a plant body that is massive, whose size ranges in macrometers. For example, there is the largest alga is that is a brown alga called Macrocystis. Macrocystis is a brown alga that ranges in size from 50 to 60 meters. It is in size, growing in oceans. It is plant body is called a thallus. Algae are generally thalloid. So what is thallus? Such a plant body or such an undifferentiated plant body not well differentiated into root, stem and leaves. When the plant body is not well differentiated into root, stem and leaves, मतलब ये कि कोई प्लांट बॉडी ऐसे हो ना उनको रूट्स होते हैं वेल डेवलप्ड रूट्स, ना ही वेल डेवलप्ड स्टेम, ना ही वेल डेवलप्ड लीव्स. Such an undifferentiated plant body is said to be thallus. So algae are generally thalloid. They are thallus. They have undifferentiated plant body called thallus. These algae possess root-like structures. The root-like structures or root-like structure we should say is called holdfast. These algae possess not well differentiated stem but stem-like structure. That stem-like structure is called as stipe, and these algae possess leaf-like structures, not well differentiated leaves but leaf-like structures. Those leaf-like structures are called fronds. तो अब आप ये कहोगे ज़्यादातर जो एल्गी है they are thalloid. They have root-like structure called holdfast, stem-like structure called stipe, leaf-like structures called fronds. So this is the structure of algae. So when we see algae are generally multicellular, but a few of the algae are unicellular. The size of the algae that ranges from microns to meters. The smallest alga in the world, that's Chlorella, and the largest alga is Macrocystis. It is multicellular. Brown alga, Chlorella is green alga. Okay, now beyond this, dear students, remember this point. Algae have the cell wall. They possess the cell organelles. They are characterized. They are photosynthetic. So chloroplasts are definitely present in case of algae. But important to remember is the shape of chloroplasts. The shape of chloroplasts is variable. For example, they may be cup shaped. ये आप याद रखिए, cup shaped chloroplasts are found in Chlamydomonas. तो ये कभी पूछा जाता है what type of shape the chloroplasts have in Chlamydomonas? Cup shaped. The chloroplasts can be spiral in Spirogyra. Spirogyra एक एल्गा है जिसमें क्लोरोप्लास्ट्स पाए जाते हैं. They are spiral and the chloroplasts can be stellate. Stellate means star shaped in zygnema. Zygnema is the alga in which the chloroplasts are stellate or girdle shaped. The girdle shaped chloroplasts जो है they are found in Eulothrix. Okay, so for rest you will follow the next lecture. Thank you.